Structure of a Lucene segment in Lucene 4.0 in Lucene. Here you can see the structure of Lucene segment. Here the Lucene 4.0 we are considering. Lucene uses a well-known inverted index representation with additional functionality of keeping adjacent non-inverted data on per document basis. Both in-flight and persistent data uses variety of encoding schema that affect the size of the index's data and the cost of data compression. Lucene uses pluggable mechanism for data coding and for actual storage of index data. Directory API. Incremental updates are supported and stored in indexed extent, refers to as segments that periodically merge into larger segment to minimize the total number of index parts. The document model document model, documents are modeled in Lucene as a flat ordered list of fields with the content. Fields have name and content data, float weight used for scoring, and loose letter for scoring, and the other attributes depending on the type, which together determine how the content is processed and represented in the index. There can be multiple fields in the same name in a documents. In which they will be processed sequentially. Documents are not required to have a unique identifier, though they often carry a field with this role for application level unique key lookup. In the process of indexing, document are assigned internal integer identifiers. Field types. There are two broad categories of fields in Lucene document. Those carry content to be inverted indexed field. And those which content of the to be stored as is the stored field. Fields may belong to either or both categories, for example with content both to be stored and inverted. Both index and stored fields can be submitted for storing and or indexing, but only stored fields can be retrieved. The inverted index can be accessed as and traverse being using a specialized API. Index fields can be provided in plain text, in which the case it will first pass through a text analysis pipeline, and it is or in its final form of a sequence for tokens of tokens with attributes, so-called token stream. Token streams are then inverted and added to the in-memory segments, which are periodically flushed and merged depending on the field options. Various token attributes such as positions, starting or coding offset or per position payloads are also stored in the inverted data. It is possible, for example, to omit positional information while still storing the in-document terms frequencies. On per field basis. A variant of an index field is a field where the creation and storage of term frequency vectors are requested. In this case, the token stream is used also for building a small inverted index consisting of data from current field only, and this Inverted data is then stored on the per document or per field basis. Term frequency vectors are particularly useful when they perform in document highlighting or relevance feedback, or when generating search result snippet region of the text that best matches the query terms. Stored fields are typically used for storing auxiliary per document data that is not searchable but would be cumbersome to obtain otherwise. For example, it would require retrieval from a separate system. This data is stored as byte arrays but can be manipulated through a more convenient API that present it as a UTF-8 strings, numbers, arrays, etc. Or optionally, it can be stored using strongly typed API, so-called doc values, that can use more optimized storage format. This kind of strongly typed storage is used for example to store per document, per field weight, so-called norms, and they typically are responded to corresponded to field length normalization factor that affects scoring. Here you can see segment info, field info, live docs bit set, per document field data, per document inverted data in segment. Here the segment info, commit, metadata, segment stats, and here then you can see field info, field metadata. Field info interacts with per document field data and per term inverted data. Stored values, term vectors in document frequencies plus positions. Scoring and scoring values, norms, are in per document field data. Term dictionary plus doc frequencies, and per document term frequencies and per position attributes are in per term inverted data. Here you can see a term dictionary plus doc and frequencies. Here more descriptive, and inside it there's a per document term frequencies, and inside it per position attributes. Here you can see live docs or bit set deletions. Now this is the end of my presentation. Thank you very much for watching it.